Okay, this is now the act. Okay. Listen, you know what? Hang on a second. Give me a second. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold it.
2019 law outlaws abortions once fetal cardiac activity is present.
Hang on a second. Hold it.
Fetuses that have formed in utero after just a few weeks before many people even realize they're pregnant. The law provides for limited exceptions for rape and incest.
Wow, that's heavy duty, man. That's a heavy duty news right there. So, let's see if we can bring a little positivity to that, man. Let's switch our playlist up a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got going on here. Sometimes when I start feeling, I start listening, switch my playlist. Like, I have a lot of stuff on my playlist that really works. It helps my morning. Now, let's see. Hang on a minute. Hang on a second. Hold on a second here. Nope, not that one. All right, let's try this one. No, not this one. Because you have a favorite artist, I have one. Elvis Presley, man, the king. And I'll tell you what I do every morning. I go do that, right? This is why it's difficult for me and my wife to get along in the morning. I was going to attempt every morning to get along every morning. So we can go through our day and just be nice to each other. And how nice is that, man, to be married for over 30 years and still be in love with the person that you're married and you actually want to be nice to. Yeah. How about that? So what I'm going to try to do is try to do everything I can to help, right? So hopefully I won't do this because I've learned a lot from the people that I'm closest to, and that is, I'm a really difficult guy to get along with, right, as you can see. So here's my act, right? And here's the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to explain my act to you by showing you what it is that I do, right? And actually, I don't want you to be afraid. Think about it like this. It's just an act, right? I'm just doing an act. I got a lot of stuff up here on stage. Obviously, this is preset. Yeah, baby, Billy Preston. Here we go, let's go. You can't be God-giving. What happened to my playlist? No matter how you try. I got a little ahead of my playlist there. Hang on a second. So I do like to sing. I'm a singer. I've been singing for years. My favorite singer, I think, I had to pick out one singer's my favorite singer. Like everybody has a favorite superhero, right? Superheroes, man. Who doesn't love superheroes? Who doesn't love Stan Lee? Man, Jack Kirby. If it wasn't for Jack Kirby, there would be no Stan Lee, right? Look at this, man. That's the Netflix movie I want to see. I want to see the real story of Marvel Comics, right? You guys ever heard of Jack Kirby? Let me tell you something, baby. Let me show you something right here. So, this is one of my favorite superheroes, man. Comic book characters. Also, another one, Captain America. I always loved that guy. There's just something about him, you know? Heroes. Something about heroes, you know, like the Phantom Man. By Billy Zane. Man, don't you love the movies? Billy Preston, baby. This is what my playlist sounds like every morning. This is what my close friends from staying at your house is what you have to put up with. But I try to keep it quiet. Sometimes I'll take it in the shower. Mm-hmm. You can't be God-giving, no matter how you try. Just as sure as you are living, and the Lord is on heaven on high. The more you give, the more He gives to you. Just keep on giving, because it's so very true. You can't be God-giving, no matter how you try. See, who doesn't want to hear that? I want to hear it. So that's what I do. That's what I'm doing now. Look at this, man. Billy Zane. No muscle suit. Look at that. Also, look at this, man. The Phantom, right? No muscle suit. Fantastic movie. I recommend it. Kid friendly, man. All ages friendly. Come on. This is one of those movies that's actually good for all ages. I would say any child that you would take to see The Phantom Menace, you could take to see this one right here, right? Right. Let's see what we got coming up next here. Oh boy, let's check out this. Oh, here's another good one right here, man. Look at this. That's not my favorite, man. That's kind of a slow one. I gotta get that. No. Oh yeah, baby. Elvis Presley, the King. Yeah. Another mile. Just one more mile. I'm tired of walking all alone. Lord, help me smile. Another smile. Just one more smile. I'm tired of walking all alone. Elvis Presley, ladies and gentlemen. Needed help before. I thought that I could get by myself. And now I know I just can't take it anymore. With a humble heart on bended knee, I'm begging you, please help me. Come down from your golden throne and reach your lowly knee. I need to feel the touch of your tender hand. Remove the chains of darkness. Let me see, Lord, let me see just how I fit into your master plan. I never thought I needed help before. I thought that I could get by myself. And now I know I just can't take it anymore. With an humble heart on bended knee, I'm begging you, please help me. With an humble heart on bended knee, I'm begging you, please help me. Yeah, baby, the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. Who doesn't love Elvis Presley? Man, I do. That's a silly question. That's a silly question, right? Whew. So that gets you thinking in a completely different direction. Now, how about what I sometimes like to do is I like to start off with a really good one. This is a classic, man. This one is an all-time classic right here. That's it, baby. Come on, Elvis Presley. Yeah. So if I can turn this into an act, hang on a second, I gotta take a shake right here. So one idea I have pitched is that, and I am trying to get these guys, man, to write me a check, right? Premier Protein shakes, right? 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, 24 vitamins and minerals, essential, right, to healthful living. Of course, naturally and artificially flavored. Look at this, man, 160 calories. Where are you going to beat this, man? Get more information right here. Look at this. With nutrients for immune health, Premier Protein Shake, 30 grams of protein, 160 calories, 1 gram of sugar, 24 vitamins and minerals, man. Look at this. For more information, somewhere around here, it's probably on the internet, man. You can find them on the internet, the Premier Shakes and such. Find them, premiershakes.com, I think it is. Look it up on the internet. It's good stuff. He pitches protein shakes. Okay, so getting back to the act. Yes, because I'm just a difficult person to get along with, so I will need accommodations. Can you accommodate me? I just need accommodations. That's all I need. I need accommodations. I need accommodations. Can you accommodate me? Yes. I don't want to be a bother. I just need accommodations. Can you accommodate me? This is what I need. I need a place to keep this, right? For one thing, this is my Bible right here. Right? It's Thompson King James. Thompson Chain Reference, King James Bible. Thompson Chain Reference, King James Version. 5th Improved Edition. Published by B.B. Kirkbride Bible Company, Inc. Copyright 1988, and I believe it's the 3rd printing on this one right here. That's the one I use, Thompson Chain Reference, 5th Improved Edition, friends. King James Bible. This is my Bible. And this is the artwork that my son gave me when he was a kid. A young child, young artist, and still, man, he's still drawing pictures today. He's still hanging out in the trees. And so, with all credit to Danny McBride, I would love to get credit. When I could say or remember something funny that made me laugh, I want to give credit to those people. And with all credit to Danny McBride, man, because that guy's a genius. He's brilliant. So now what I do also is I have this now. Let me show you this. This is pretty cool. I do these remixes, but when I make all these myself, okay? And here I'll show you one of these. One of these is, hang on, kind of a Don Knotts Nervous Man meets Mr. Bean-ish, kind of. But I'm really polite, but it's really kind of obnoxious how obnoxious I am, and I'm very difficult to get along with because just give me a second. Hang on. Okay, hold on just a second. I got it right here. Hang on, you see this? Okay, here it is. Hang on. And I'm setting up a news program, and I made all of this, and I did this, and I do all these characters. It's so freaking hot. It's so hot out here. It's so hot. Hang on a second. I'm going to change glasses in a minute so you can actually see what I see. Hang on a second. It's so hot. You know what? Let me do this right now while I'm... Hang on a minute here. Yeah. Right. Right. Can I get a volume check on that? I got it. Hang on. Right. 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 Now let me try and set this one here. It's a bit on Jim Carrey. Here we go. Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? Great. Listen. Hey, who's your favorite Superman? Right? Does everybody out here have a favorite Superman? Right? Yeah. Boy, I'll tell you who I love. No, let me tell you who my favorite Superman is of all time. I've got to say, now here's where the question gets, right? Because you either grew up in the 70s, and your first Superman possibly was Christopher Reeve, and he's the best Superman, I would say. The gold standard for Superman. Dean Cain's pretty close too. He was a good one. And then also Brandon Routh, of course, fantastic. But I think my favorite Superman is George Reeves. Man, that was my favorite. He was my favorite guy, George Reeves. And this guy, he not only could he wink at the camera, right? He knew how to wink at the camera, but he knew how to act in front of kids, right? George Reeves knew how to act in front of kids. And that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to show people how to act in front of kids. And speaking of actors, man, you know, I mean, superheroes too. Your favorite Riddler? Frank Gorshin or Jim Carrey? Come on, man. There's no contest. It's Frank Gorshin, but with all due respect to Jim Carrey, because that guy, man, he's brilliant. So, but here's what I want to say. Well, hang on a second. I'm dropping stuff. Hold on just a second here. Man, Center Point Church, man, they need to write me a check. Look at that. Come on now, man. Center Point Church needs to write me a check. Look at that. Man, I'm doing commercials now for Center Point. No, but I am serious. If you need a good church, you need to call Center Point Church. And look, listen, man. You might not agree with everything they say, and I don't agree with everything they say, but I agree with everything they're doing out there. They're really trying to help people. They're really doing it too. They're not just talking about it, they're doing it. So, if you need a good church, call Center Point Church. Here's the phone number for Center Point Church, and then I will give you the internet address for Center Point Church. And if you need a good church, you need to call Center Point to church, right? Because, look, man, you know, you might need help. And they are the ones to show you how to get that help. And if they don't have access to the resources immediately within their grasp, immediately, they're going to point you to the answer, right? They have the answer. Just ask them, but first you have to tell them what you want. Hang on a second, let me take a drink here. Hang on just a second here. While I take a drink, and hold on just a second. Hang on. Wait a minute here. Listen, here's what I like to do. What I'll do is I'll have my playlists, and so what I'll do is try to give credit to all of these artists too, which I will, at either the end of the show or as the show progresses, and I play the music and I sing along with some of these songs that I will sing along with in the morning, and this is how my day starts. This is what my family deals with every day. I try to keep this. Can you imagine? I try to keep all of this here in just one location, but it doesn't happen that way all the time because I have a lot of issues, and one of those issues is this microphone cord. But I think if I can turn it into something that looks like an act, so that when people don't actually think I'm actually confused, because I'm not confused. As I said, I'm just hard to get along with, but I'm glad to help you. In fact, I love helping people. That's my thing. So I'm going to take it back to the act now with Jim Carrey. Somebody watch this one, right? Jim Carrey. Man, has anybody seen Jim Carrey here tonight? Right? I didn't think so. Man, you know, I haven't seen Jim Carrey at one of my performances, not one time since, you know, man, ever, really. I've never seen Jim Carrey, not at one time ever. I've been performing anywhere I've ever seen him. And I keep saying, hang on a second. I said, man, has anybody seen Jim Carrey? Because if you have, listen, I got a message for Jim Carrey. Here's the thing. Listen, has anybody seen Jim Carrey? As if you have, yeah, Jim Carrey. You tell Jim Carrey, I got a message for Jim Carrey, man. Yeah, I got a message for him. Right. Right. You know, Jim Carrey back in the 90s, the 1990s, right? Jim Carrey stole my act. Yes, back in the 1990s, right? It's water under the bridge, man, but, man, right now I'm broke and I have bills to pay, right? So Jim Carrey, I got a message for Jim Carrey, man. Yeah, if you see Jim Carrey, if you see him, tell him, say, hey, I got a message for Jim Carrey. If you see Jim Carrey, here's my card. Give him my card. I have a message for Jim Carrey. Hey, Jim Carrey. Yeah, Jim Carrey. Why don't you pay your bills? Yeah, Jim Carrey, I got bills to pay and I'm broke. So, right, somebody get a hold of Jim Carrey and tell him he needs to pay his bills. And here's my card. Now let's say I did that one, but this time I reversed it. Instead of I got a message for Jim Carrey, let's take it that I got a message for Tucker Carlson. But the difference is I got a message for Tucker Carlson. That guy needs to get washed in the blood of the Lamb, right? So just listen to that for a second. Okay, here we go. Think about it. Hey, how's everyone doing tonight, man? Hey, listen, you know what? Listen, you know what I need to do? This is urgent, man. I have an urgent message. I do. This is so urgent. In fact, I got a message. I got a message, man, for Tucker Carlson. In a minute. But first, I need to ask a question, man. Have you seen the news? Have you seen the gas prices? Man, these gas prices are going through the roof. Yeah, and then you know what? That's the good news, right? And yes, if you believe the stories, right? The stories, that's the good news. The stories? Right, these stories. Hang on a second. The stories, man, right? Is in this. This is the Bible here. Let's say this is a book of stories. And in this book of stories, there's a lot of good things and a lot of bad things. Here's one good thing. The Lord is on his throne in heaven, right? How about that? That's a good thing. Yeah, I heard there's over 100 promises, possibly 300 promises, maybe more than that, all to people from the God of this book of stories right here. So this is what I say. How about this, man? Yeah, the gas price is going through the roof. Yeah, well, that's great news, man, if you believe the stories, right? If you believe the stories, such as, look at this, man. Parable, Luke 7. How about this story? How about these tapes? Have you seen the tapes, man? I'll tell you who needs to see the tapes. Who needs to watch the tapes is Tucker Carlson, man. I got a message for Tucker Carlson, man, and it comes directly out of this book, man. Yeah, I've heard the news, Tucker Carlson. Now I got some real news for you, man. I got some real news for Tucker Carlson. And anyone else is interested in hearing it. And yeah, it's maybe inconvenient, but I got a message, man, for Tucker Carlson. So if anybody sees Tucker Carlson, you tell him, man, I got a message for Tucker Carlson. Yeah, I got a message for Tucker Carlson. Yeah, and here it is right here. Is the message I got for Tucker Carlson right here. Well, a large crowd was gathering and people were coming to Jesus from town after town. He told this parable. A farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering his seed, some seed fell along the path and was trampled on, and the birds ate it up. Now, friends, this is directly out of the book, man. I got a message for Tucker Carlson. You listening? Right here. Is this not funny? Did I come here to be funny, man? I got a message for Tucker Carlson. Because that is a difficult character to get across to people. The reason it's difficult to get that character across to people, this is the part of the act where you don't have the kids in the room. I wouldn't recommend any kids in this part of the room. This part of the show for this part of the room. Hi, my name is Randy, and we're doing family-friendly comedy here tonight. This is not for kids. It is family-friendly, but this is not for kids. Right? Hang on, let me get this set up. I gotta adjust the volume. Hang on a second. Hold on a second. Hang on, hold on. Wait a minute, hang on a second here. Hold on a second. Here we go. Hang on a second. And I haven't even started the act yet. This is just a warning for parents. But this is actually part of the act.
No, it is serious. Los Angeles is a serious place to live.
Because I do take this seriously. This is not the act. This is me telling you about the act that I might do. No, I am going to do it. Okay. Now this is the act.